Welcome to the Big Sihat Kopitiam podcast, and get ready to challenge what you think you know, because today we will be delving into a topic that affects the millions of people, which is cancer myth. But before that, I'm your host today, I'm Agnes.
And I'm Hooi Ping, your go-to pharmacy from Big Pharmacy, here to sprinkle the health wisdom and also shed the light on the truth behind cancer myth.
Wow, sprinkling health wisdom. That's truly fantastic.
Today, we have a truly special guest that will give us a very unique perspective on our topic today. So today, joining us will be Dr. Lynette, a very dedicated and enthusiastic content creator and also the healthcare provider that equipped herself with a wealth of knowledge to share us about the cancer myth.
Yes, so today we have Dr. Lynette with us. Not only she has a brain, but she also has the face. So Dr. Lynette, please introduce yourself, share a little bit of your background, and let us know what inspired you to delve into the topic of cancer myth.
Sure. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Lynette. So personally, I'm a healthcare provider and I'm also a content creator myself. So I realized that in this society, there are a lot of people have very little knowledge about cancer itself. Instead, there are a lot of myths going on around about cancer. So I think it's very important for us to know how to differentiate between myth and facts itself, so that in order we can not to delay any proper treatment that is needed actually.
Yeah, as a pharmacist, I see firsthand how people misinformation can lead them to fear and confusion. Always when we talk about the cancer, people will be hesitant. Either they want to talk about their concern, or either they will think that it will be a silly question to them. So I think it's very important for us to encourage them for this open dialogue and also empower them with the right information.
Yes, but before we talk further, Dr. Lynette, maybe you can share a little bit more about cancer, because I believe a lot of people, they actually don't really know what cancer is and how it affects our body.
So cancer is actually called as malignant tumor. It is actually an abnormal cell growth in our body cells, which can also be spread throughout the whole body. So unlike benign tumor, where it will stay in the same size and will not cause any harm, but malignant tumors itself can actually grow very rapidly in size, and also it can at one point metastasize throughout the whole body at later stages. So cancer is considered quite a common disease, and it is like the second leading cause of death worldwide.
Wow.
It is an non-communicable disease like diabetes and like hypertension. That means that this disease will not transmit from one human to another human being like that.
That's very relieved to hear that. If not, it's like zombie, it's like zombie
it's not
virus.
transmissible between humans, but inside the cell it can spread to other organs. Yeah. So early detection is actually very important, because the earlier you know, the higher the chance you can survive from cancer, as simple as that. Yeah, so for example, if anyone feels like you have a chest pain or you have a pain around your breast, touch wood, I hope you don't get it, but let's say you really get it, feel free to just go ahead to do a clinical breast examination, because you might not know what you will find out. Yeah, so
usually, Dr. Lynette, what are the type of the examination patient will go through if, let's say, they want to test whether one have breast cancer or not?
So usually they will check whether there's a lump around the breast, because usually tumor will feel like a hard lump. So it will not feel like watery. So if let's say watery, it might be a cyst, or it might be an infected wound with pus inside. But let's say it's like a hard lump, it's suspect to be a tumor. So usually they'll go through scan or even biopsy, where we will like remove some of the tissue from the lump itself, and then they'll send to the lab to actually examine what is actually the cell growing there. It can be benign, it can be malignant, so hopefully it's not malignant. If let's say it's malignant tumor, then it's cancer. Yeah. So if let's say we leave like a malignant tumor not diagnosed out, it can actually metastasize to whole body, including other internal organs like lungs, like livers, and until by then, it's actually can be even more difficult to be treated.
Yeah, that's we consider the late stage already, right?
Yes,
the third and
it's
fourth
considered
stage.
quite late stage, and you get all the multiple organ failure. So yeah, it's better to detect it earlier.
Yeah. So we also encourage people, to
For the
you know,
early
yeah,
checkup.
yeah, go
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
checkup, or
yeah.
even you can check yourself also. Let's say breast cancer, right?
Yeah,
when
you
shower,
can
you
always
can just
you can always feel yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you feel something weird, it's not symmetrical between left and right, then you know something is not right.
Okay, so now we do have a better understanding about what cancer is. It is now time for us to jump into the wild world of cancer myth. Time for us to dispel the myth and misconception that could cause unnecessary fear to a lot of people. Maybe I'll start with one of the cancer myths that I have heard before. It's actually related to women. So I actually do hear from someone that wearing a bra to bed or to sleep can actually increase the risk of having breast cancer. I don't laugh at me, but because although this is very irrelevant to me because I don't wear bra to sleep,
Me too.
but I believe there's a lot of women out there who feel insecure will wear bra to sleep. So maybe Dr. Lynette, you can shed some light on
Yeah,
this.
Agnes, this question is very common. Even in pharmacy, I face a lot of customers asking me about the same question.
Yeah.
I'm not the lonely one.
You
yeah.
guys are definitely not the only one because I also heard about it before. So I've been searching up through like journals and articles about this thing, and my finding is no, bra is not the culprit. So feel free to wear your bra to sleep. But personally, I find it very uncomfortable.
Yeah, me too.
Because some people say when ladies wear their bra for a very long period, the underwire of our bra will actually cause lymph flow obstruction and then further lead to breast cancer risk and everything. But there's actually no supporting evidence for this theory to be said that, oh, bra can really cause cancer. No, it's still considered a myth. There's no supporting evidence for that.
Okay, so thank you, Dr. Lynette. It has now been supported and validated that it is still remain as a myth. It's not a truth that if women wear bra to sleep, it will cause or increase the risk of having breast cancer. So for those who love to wear bra to sleep, you can go ahead. although it's very, very irrelevant to me because I feel very uncomfortable wearing a bra to sleep.
Yeah.
Like something
Is there
pressing.
Yes,
pressing on me.
trying to tie you
It's
on.
not comfortable.
Yeah, very not comfortable.
But some people do wear it though. They feel more secure.
I believe that there is. Yep.
So in my experience in my pharmacy, right, I encounter customer asking me about if let's say someone diagnosed with cancer, they should totally stop taking any sugary drinks, beverage or food related that is too sweet.
Okay. Actually, it is true that sugar will feed on cancer cells. In fact, it will feed on all of our body cells. So, but sugar itself is not the risk that is causing cancer. So sugar is actually energy that all of our cells need to actually carry out all our daily routine, our metabolism and everything. It is needed. So you cannot say that we totally stop sugar. In fact, excessive sugar intake will lead to obesity, while obesity is the one that is responsible for higher risk in cancer. Yeah, so I think what they heard about is more towards the obesity. Do not get overweight on it because like excessive fat tissue can actually cause a lot of problems. So there are a few mechanisms that how fat tissue can cause cancer. So the first one is that fat tissue itself will create a lot of estrogen production. It's one kind of hormone, especially us women, we will have a lot of estrogen. So once all those fat tissue give excessive amount of estrogen in our body, this can actually lead to higher risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, endometrium cancer and everything. So this is the one that will cause cancer, not the sugar itself. Yeah, and also obese people, they will have chronic systemic inflammation in the body. So all of this chronic inflammation can actually lead to like oxidative stress in the body and lead to all the DNA damage and further on the cancer itself. Yeah. So there are still a lot of possible mechanisms on how fat tissue and how obesity can be the risk factor for cancer. So maintaining a healthy lifestyle is actually quite important.
Oh, so meaning the first way to tackle with the breast cancer is they need to cut down their body weight first.
The body weight have to be optimum. You have to be correct BMI. Yeah, so you cannot be overweight because all the excessive fat tissue will cause a problem.
Actually, a lot of problem comes from being obese,
Yeah,
like
obesity.
high blood pressure or the
All those non-communicable
yes,
disease,
yes,
hypertension.
yes. So like what
blood
Dr. Lynette said, we
pressure.
should
Yeah.
actually maintain a very healthy lifestyle to keep our body healthy and
It also can reduce the risk of getting the cancer.
Yeah.
yes.
So healthy lifestyle is really important, but a lot of people neglect it, and they always just take a lot of sugars, take a lot of fats, carbohydrates, and everything. But maintaining a good diet is actually essential part of preventing cancer.
Yeah, I think when you maintain a healthy lifestyle, you can still once in a while indulge in the,
once
the,
in a
the
while,
food you like lah.
yes.
Like I love brownies, right? Once in a while, I can still, keep my sweet tooth and indulge the brownie without worrying that I'm building a troop of cancer army in my body. Yeah. So,
Once in a while is fine. A little bit of sugar. I love sugar too.
yeah, I think everything you need in your body, just that it has to be in a very moderate amount.
Yes, everything is made for a reason. Fat is also essential part of our body, but in a certain amount. So if excessively, anything in excess will be a harm to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree that.
Just to make sure we maintain our BMI.
So what other cancer myths that you heard about from your daily work? Maybe your customer asked you something.
One of my customer asked me about whether she should drink the soy drink every day because she's a customer who really like soy protein a lot. So she will take the soy drink every day. But once she read the newspaper about that, the soy actually itself can increase the estrogen level. So she's very panicked and asked me whether she should continue to take this or should stop it immediately. So what is your thought, Dr. Lynette?
Okay, there are actually some misunderstanding in this theory because some of the studies come from animal as the experimental model, and some of them is research on the human. So there are actually some difference in the outcome of the experimental results. So some of the studies, they use rodent as the experiment model, and then the results come out is that soy compound called isoflavones, this is something like very similar to estrogen substance. So when they give high dose or even overdose of this amount of soy into the rodent's body, they will somehow sense it as high estrogen level. So this will lead to higher in breast cancer for rodents. But however, because rodents, they actually process, they metabolize the soy product a bit more differently from human. So we cannot totally say that we will have the same results. So in several human studies, not the rodent studies, they actually show that there's not relevant relation between the soy and cancer, breast cancer risk, because in human body, the isoflavone is estrogen-like, but it somehow can be blocked by our natural estrogen. So in the studies, they say that the isoflavone estrogen substances can not really relate to our breast cancer risk. So it's still considered a myth for us because we are human, we are not rodents.
Meaning because all the experimental they conduct is in rodents, so the result, the outcome,
Yes.
Interpretation will be saying that taking the soy could actually increase our estrogen level, but actually it is just for rodent, but not for human.
Yes, the positive results are all from rodents. So in the human study, we still get negative results. So far, don't have any supporting evidence to show that in human study, it actually can cause cancer.
So if the customer come back to you, you can tell her, please continue to take your soy protein.
Just don't need to worry about it.
Yeah. So I got actually another myth that this time related to me, quite relevant to me because I do use deodorant. So I heard people say that deodorant could actually cause lymph node cancer.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's your thought?
I also use deodorant.
Is it because deodorant usually we spray on our armpit, so
Yes,
it's the lymph node part?
Yes.
Yes, they say this part, your armpit is where all your lymph node gathers.
Yes, because we have main lymph nodes here. Yeah. So I mean the concern is true because usually we will put our antiperspirant or deodorant under our armpits, right, which is very near to our breast and also very near to the lymph node itself. And some people say deodorant contains like those aluminium-based deodorant, and this kind of aluminum can be absorbed into our skin and further on lead to like estrogen-like substances, same like just now, and lead to all the breast cancer and lymph node cancer and everything. But still, there's no scientific study that prove that aluminium can actually lead to all this cancer. Yeah, it is still considered a myth, where some people it's just a theory, it's just a hypothesis. So no one have proven it yet. Yeah, so it's still considered a myth. Yeah.
But if people are worried, they can always opt to like natural options.
Yeah,
because I can see
yeah,
now they
yeah,
got a lot of
sure.
products, right? Deodorant
Yes.
product, they emphasize we are using natural products
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
natural
yeah, yeah.
ingredients. Yeah, so maybe we can try that out. We don't know. Yeah, it is.
Still a myth.
It is
yeah,
still a
myth.
myth,
Not
lah,
the
yeah.
truth, not the truth.
Because
yeah.
in the market there are a lot of aluminium-based deodorants, and a lot of people will quite freak out like, oh, we always put it around our breasts and around our lymph nodes. I heard someone say it will absorb into our skin and cause cancer, but it is not true. You can still use the deodorant, but if you're really scared, like you say, just go for the herbal products. Yeah.
All right, so now we have already discussed few cancer myths. Feel free to, let us know what is a myth that you have heard about as well. Now we have come to quite the end of our podcast today, conversation today. So maybe I'll ask Dr. Lynette to share with us how do we actually differentiate or figure out what's fact and what's fiction. Maybe you can share some tips.
Sure. So like I say, it's very important for us to differentiate myth and facts, because a lot of people believe in myths and some even don't believe in facts. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
because they just try to believe something that is easy to understand.
Yes. Because
Whereby facts actually they need a lot of evidence to support.
Correct.
And when they don't understand, they just sort of ignore it.
Correct. And our culture is, especially in Asia, so we usually believe in our parents, our older people, so they always have a lot of myth going on, and they'll share around with your relative, cousins and everything. They send through WhatsApp and everything. Yeah.
Forward many times. In the WhatsApp message, just
A
forward many
long
times.
message
Yeah,
about,
from
oh,
your
you
dad,
should
from
not
your
eat
mom.
this, that. Okay, so
Yes.
So there are a few tips on how to differentiate myth and facts. First of all, check the source. Like I said, do not believe in all the unreliable sources like I just mentioned, social medias, or let's say websites with no credible medical background, such as like a random blogs or random website without any clarification. So what we need to trust is we only trust on those reputable organizations like National Cancer Institute or the World Health Organization. So this kind of organizations, they have better reputation and they really go through all the research. So we only look for scientific evidence on all the published medical journals and all the certified websites.
So meaning one click on the Google search doesn't mean that
Yes,
they'll get
you
the
still have
100%
to go
accurate
through,
information.
because once you say, oh, can this cause cancer? There are so many websites coming out, and some will say yes, some will say no, but you have to see. If let's say it's coming from those published journal, you can trust that more. But also, one published journal is not enough. We have to find a few, and once a few also say the same result, then we can believe that. If let's say the website is just some random blog saying, oh, I have a remedy at home to cure cancer, there's a lot of things like that. So those are not reliable websites.
Yeah, especially now, everyone can post on social medias, right? We see a lot of people, especially my mums and my dads, they like to share links to our family WhatsApp group, ways to tackle or how to get more healthy, something like that.
Yeah, because it is easily accessible, so everyone
Yes.
can just post anything freely
And
on
it's
social
easy
media.
to read. It's easy to understand.
Yes,
Because they
yes.
write it in a very simple words, simple phrases.
sentence.
But myths are often come from all these non-medical advisors, from individuals who are not having accurate knowledge on cancer. So what we should do is we should always consult a professional healthcare personnel, such as especially like an oncologist, where they are more professional on cancer stuff, for more information about cancer.
Yeah, so if you want to ask something about what you want to know, like cancer, go for the professional in the
Yes.
specific industry lah.
Or if let's say you need to search online, you need to be a wise user, you need to filter and then
Yeah.
go for the correct source.
Yes, you have to go through a few websites only you know what is true. You cannot just click the first link then you read everything. Oh, I know everything already. Like that.
Usually the first link is advertisement, you know,
Yeah.
get paid for the advertisement
So
to
when
be
you
the first.
So you click only the first link and then they show everything. Oh, then you believe I know everything about this already. I'm the expert already. A lot of
Yeah.
people will think like that.
Yeah, so we have to do our homework on that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
we have already come to the end of our discussion and conversation. So it's very interesting to see and to talk about how we can separate facts from fictions. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, knowledge is our best defense against misinformation. Always remember that.
So a very special thank you to Dr. Lynette for joining us today and sharing us her expertise and also help us to clear the misconception and clarify a lot of the myth and truth on how we should correctly choose the correct source when we're searching for the correct information.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, thank you too to Hooi Ping and Agnes because it's been a pleasure to debunk all of these myths together.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you with us here as well. And that's a wrap for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you find today's conversation as enlightening as we did. Don't forget to tune in to our next episode where we will discuss more about cancer.
Trust me, it will be a very fruitful conversation and will give you a valuable insight. So always stay inspiring, stay healthy, right?
Yep.
Okay, bye everyone.
See you in the next one. Bye-bye.